Hello everyone, I'm Alex Carpenter, and today I wanted to talk to you about intrinsic ratios in CSS. It's something a technique I use on every project that I build, and we're just going to go over a certain situation why we would use this technique. So we're jumping in right here into the browser. We can see we have an image that is followed by some placeholder text. We're in the Dev Tools and we're on the Network tab, and we're just going to emulate a slow 3G connection here. So when I reload this page, we can see that that text jumps all the way up to the top of where the image was. We can actually see this a little bit easier in the thumbnail view here. So on that initial load, that text jumps up, and then as that image loads in, it pops that content down and it takes up that space. So we can see here, we don't want content to be loading in and pushing content around on the page. That creates a poor user experience. So let's see how we can fix that using this technique. We're going to jump over into our editor here. I just have an index.html page with some inline styles up here at the top, and then we can see that image that we had on the page, and then that lorem ipsum text that followed it. To start, I'm just going to comment out that image tag for the time being, and what we'll need is an element that wraps this image, and we're just going to give that a class of ratio. So we just have that div with a class of ratio, and then we're just going to jump up here into our styles and start writing some styles for that. So for the ratio element itself, we just need a position relative and display block added to that. And then what we'll do is add a before element, and we just need some the content tag with empty. We'll need a display block, width of 100%, and then where the real magic happens for this is in this padding bottom declaration. This technique is sometimes referred to as the padding bottom hack, and this is why. And we have this number right here, 56.25, and to show you how we got to that number, we know that this image is 800 by 450 pixels wide. So this is a 16 by 9 ratio. I'm just going to open up my calculator app here, and we're just going to do some quick math to show you how we got to that number. So knowing that this is a 16 by 9 image, we're just going to do 9 divided by 16, and that gives us the 0.5625 number. And we need this to be a percentage that the browser can read, so we're just going to multiply that by 100, and then that gives us that 56.25. So we can see there's different ratios that we could be targeting. So this could be a 3 by 4, or I'm sorry, 3 by 4, and that'll be 75%. Let's say, what's another common one? A 3 by 2. That'd be 150%. So that kind of shows you how we got to that number and how that will be reflected in the browser. We can see here in a second. I also just added a background of red for the time being, so that way we can see once we load this browser again what happens here. So I reload that, and we can see that even without that image there, that space is already available and taken up by that ratio element. And we can resize the browser here and see how that is reflected and resizes exactly how the image would if it was there. So next thing we want to do is actually get that image tag inside of this ratio element. So we're just going to copy that, drop this down, and drop it right in there. And then we just want to target that image. So I'm just going to give it a class of ratio content. And then we're going to come back up here into our styles, and we're going to target that. And the way to get this positioned in there properly is to do a position absolute. And then we're just going to do top 0, left 0, width of 100%, and a height of 100. And that's going to fill the available space with that image that we have. So we're going to save that, and we're going to hop back over into our browser, and we're still emulating a slow 3G connection, so we should see this red element, and then as that image loads in, it will just pop in, but that content will not be pushed down. It should stay as it is. So we reload the page, that red shows up, and then as that image is available, it appears, but doesn't move that content around on us. So that helps the user experience. You know, that perceived performance of images and content loading in isn't going to be shifting around on us, so it's going to feel a little bit faster than if that image popped in and was moving things around. Yeah, so pretty simple concept, but it's very effective, and that's it. Thanks for watching.